Welcome everybody back to Phenomenal Fantasy Wrestling. Told you I was going to do it. I'm finally making the update video. I know I'm behind. It's been a rough month and then some. But guys, I'm back. I'm making the video. We're going to recap where the standings as they are right now. We're going to cover who needs what. Who needs some help? Who's in the lead? Who's in last? I don't think that's changed. We're going to go through everything. And I've got this updated real time through Survivor Series this past Sunday. Alright, so I haven't watched Raw from yesterday. I haven't watched anything today. So everything I'm showing you is only up till Survivor Series. Also does not include... I know there were some big shows this past weekend, other than Survivor Series and the... What was the other pay-per-view? The Impact Turning Point. Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, I think, had one. So that won't be reflected here. None of the only indie stuff for right here, you can actually see the point threads for. I don't have anything that hasn't had a point thread up yet been included in this. That being said, let's hit the computer. Alright guys, let's start from the top. We have Annie, she's in the lead still. She's been in the lead for a while now. She's got the Lucha Brothers. She just recently picked up Austin Theory, which I think was a great addition. They are pushing him to high heaven on Raw. Like I said, I haven't watched Raw from yesterday yet, but I did see that he's the one who stole the Cleopatra egg to take a selfie with it. Obviously, I don't know all the details, but that's pretty friggin' funny. Happy Corbin. I think it was a great pick when she first picked him up, and then he did the whole, I lost all my money, I'm not the king anymore, and then he changed over to Happy Corbin. He's doing a little bit better, but I don't know how much. He's not been getting a whole lot of points, that's for sure. Raquel, great pick when she did it. Still a great pick. I know she lost the title to Mandy Rose, but she's feuding right now with Rose and with Dakota Kai. War Games will be great. I really want to see Toxic Attraction and Dakota Kai pull it out, but I don't think Io Shirai has been in a losing team in War Games yet. So Raquel may get some big points for that. Miro lost the title to Sammy Guevara, disappeared for a while, showed back up as Moxley's replacement just to lose to Daniel Bryan, which I think we all knew was going to happen because he wasn't even originally in the tournament, so why would he come in and just win? Weird to me. Alright, moving on. Deonna Purrazzo, lost the title. Again, Mickie James took the title. I think that was kind of a given. But she's getting her rematch at Hard to Kill. I don't see her losing that one. So, good keeping her on there. Davey Richards just won the Opera Cup in MLW. Can't wait to see what else he does there. The Hex, they don't do a lot, but they do enough to get some points. When they do, it's a title defense here or there. They're worth keeping around. Daniel Garcia, same thing. He doesn't do a whole lot. When he does, I think, what was it? He recently faced off with Eddie Kingston last week. So I think that should be interesting. I love what he does on the indies. He just recently lost the independent title to Alex Shelley, but I still see big things for him if he keeps wrestling on the indies. I know he signed to AEW, so maybe he'll make that full-time. We'll just have to wait and see. Bobby Fish, same thing, just lost the finals of the Opera Cup to Davey Richards. So she had both those, so she was ready to go. Bobby Fish doing great stuff right now with Adam Cole, baby. So we'll have to see where that develops to, because, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, it's only a matter of time until we see Kyle O'Reilly in AEW, I believe. And I would love to see the reformation of Red Dragon. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. Camille, when she defends the title, she defends the title. Other than that, I don't think she does anything much on the weekly shows, but 4,810 points for Annie. First place, and she is crushing it. I'm in second place, so, what can I say, right? Street Profits. I've actually been battling with whether to drop the Street Profits or keep them for a while now. Obviously, every time the trades come through, I make the decision to keep them. We'll just have to wait and see. I've really thought about replacing them, especially now that they are the Ring of Honor Tag Champions with OGK, because I have them both after this past week as singles guys. But originally I had OGK, and I really like both those guys, so we'll see. Nikki Ash, or ASH. I did see that they lost the tag titles to Zelina and Carmella this past week on Raw. I'm sure they'll get a rematch. Hopefully they win them. If not, hopefully Nikki goes on to do something else good. Natalya. Honestly, I've kept her around, when we originally drafted the season. She was one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. And really, there just isn't that much meat on the bone of SmackDown for me to choose from. So I've just left her stagnant. Tommaso Ciampa I picked up right after he won the title. I'm not mad at it. I got rid of Johnny Gargano, picked him up. He's done a little bit more, in my opinion. So, Bryan Danielson, ever since he's gone to AEW, he's been number one. Justin dropped Eric Young and picked up Jonah on Impact. He debuted at Turning Point. If you don't know, Jonah is the former Bronson Reed. He came in and destroyed Josh Alexander. He also had a confrontation with Moose at, what show was that? New Japan's Battle in the Valley. So I see him coming in and doing big things for Impact. Matt Taven, like I said, OGK, just Ring of Honor Tag Champion, will be defending at NWA's Hard Times too. I may be moving him and Mike Bennett in place of the Street Profits. I don't know. Because I just don't see Street Profits taking the titles off of RK Bro. Maybe if AJ and Omos get the titles back, then Raw, WWE's difficult to figure out what the hell they're doing. I mean, they don't even know what the hell they're doing week to week. So how are we supposed to figure that out? Obviously, the Inspiration Knockouts Tag Team Champions, I took them right as I heard they were going to debut at Bound for Glory. They're the Inspiration. Color me inspired, right? Alex Shelley. He is your current independent wrestling champion. Other than that, I don't know what else he does. He beat Daniel Garcia for the title. I think he fought Wheeler Yuta that same weekend. I don't know what he's done after that. Mike Bennett, same thing with Matt Taven. Roxy, your Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She hasn't done anything lately, but, it's Roxy. So I'm sitting at 4,245. So almost 600 points behind Annie. Oh, it's going to take a lot to catch up to her. Gideon in third place. He's got Jurassic Express. I can't say anything bad about them. They are amazing. The stuff they've been doing with Christian and the Elite have been great. That match at Full Gear was awesome. Then we move over here, Bobby Lashley. I'm just going to say, Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre pissed me off at Survivor Series. I expected them to both dominate the other teams, and it come down to the two of them. Obviously, I was also pulling for Bobby Lashley because in the head-to-heads, I picked Team Raw. But neither one of them. They both got double counted out. I think that was crap. All right, moving on. Big E, your WWE champion. Obviously, he wasn't beating Roman Reigns, but, other than that, I think he's awesome as champion. Just the way Survivor Series dropped, he had no shot. Roderick Strong, I like it. The Diamond Mine stuff is great. You see more of the other guys wrestling than he does, but, he's still out there getting you appearance points. And he wrestles a good bit, too, actually. Orange Cassidy, I love Orange Cassidy. He gets a lot of points on Dark, Elevation, Weekly. He's a good choice to have. He really is. TJP, and this is one of my issues coming up. TJP, as I saw, was no longer a part of Impact. So trade threads coming up. You may have to get you an Impact star and move TJP somewhere. But TJP, I love what he's doing right now. And for New Japan Strong, joined up with Will Ospreay and the United Empire. I think that's great. I really do. I love TJP Hill. He did it when he was fighting against Bakudel and MLW. And he's doing it right now. I love a Hill TJP. Kenny King. He's a good one to have previously. However, with Ring of Honor shutting down at the first of the year, I read something where somebody said that the latest round of TV tapings were just kind of meh, seemed pointless. Final battle, hopefully they have a different mindset to them for that final battle. But, obviously I'd probably keep him around until after final battle. After that, I would drop him, as I would do with majority of people right now in Ring of Honor, because unless they sign somewhere else or they start putting their appearances out there where they're going to be, they're not going to get you any points, because Ring of Honor is not going to be around at least at this point until April. I think we got to see what they do from there. The opposite said for Chris Dickinson, though. For as much as he does with Ring of Honor, he does just as much for New Japan Strong. He is on Beyond's Uncharted Territory just about every weekend. GCW, he's just about on every show they do. Chris Dickinson's out there. I would say the complete opposite. I would probably drop Kenny King, move Dickinson there, and pick you up a new wild card. Well, actually, I take that back. I'd throw TJP on your wild card, and I'd pick you up that Impact star this week that you're going to need. Because, right now, I'm not seeing an Impact star who could move into that spot. So, I would drop King, move Dickinson there, TJP over to there, and get you somebody from Impact. Chris Statlander. I love Chris Statlander. She gets points just about every time she's in the ring. So, nothing I can say bad about that. Dexter Lumis. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Dexter Lumis. He loses to Carmelo or whoever. Who did he wrestle? I don't even know, to be honest. He wrestled somebody last week. Carmelo came out, did his big spiel. They're doing the whole thing with Carmelo and him against Johnny, and I'm guessing that's the way the men's War Games will go. Like I said, I haven't watched tonight yet. Dexter and Johnny's team against Carmelo and Trick's team. I'm just assuming. Trish Adora. I love that pick. Not many people would have grabbed her up, but she is the Pan-African champion. So the points right there from a couple of her defenses. She does stuff on MLW. She does stuff on, Ring of Honor. I love that pick. All right, let's go over here. 3,800 points. So, you're about 1,000 points behind Annie. So we all have a ways to go to catch up to her. I'm just saying. Next up, 4th place, William. You've got the Young Bucks. Obvious tag team pick. You've got Riddle, RK Bro. Obvious. There's nothing to say there. Shinsuke Nakamura, the current Intercontinental Champion. I don't see that. Is he Intercontinental or U.S.? Intercontinental, yeah. I get confused. Gigi Dolan, normally I would say no, but with Toxic Attraction being the tag team champions right now, I think that's a great pick. I love what they're doing with Mandy Rose, Gigi, and JC Jane. It's probably the best thing on Ring of Honor. I'm sorry, I'm stuck on Ring of Honor. The best thing on NXT 2.0, other than Tommaso Ciampa saying you've got a 33rd or you don't have a 33rd and a third chance of taking the title from me. That's just funny as hell. Sammy Guevara, TNT champion. Honestly, I don't know how much longer he's going to have that title, but I love Sammy Guevara. So, Jake something. He doesn't appear on Impact hardly ever. He does BTI once in a while. He wrestles. He has been a part of the Digital Media Championship tournament stuff. Impact's one of those places that don't have a whole lot of picking to choose from. They usually just use the same group every time they do their tapings. But he's not going to get you a whole lot of points. Jay Lethal. Obviously, he has signed with AEW. I don't know if he'll still be appearing on Ring of Honor. I know, was it the last week's show, where they teased dissension between the Foundation because of, because of Vincent? So maybe that was their way of getting him out of Ring of Honor. Hangman Adam Page, the AEW champion. That's all I'm going to say. Lance Archer. To be honest, where is Lance Archer? I don't know where Lance Archer's at. It's been a while since I remember seeing Archer on TV. I'm just going to be honest. CM Punk. Yeah. He's on TV every week, so you're at least getting appearance points. He wrestles good enough amounts of time to get your points. He hasn't done anything special yet. I'm one of those people. I loved CM Punk in TNA and Ring of Honor in 2002, 2003. I was a huge CM Punk fan. Happy to death when he signed and showed up on ECW, WWE ECW. Moved up to the main roster. I was blown away. I loved CM Punk. I absolutely hated how he left WWE. But I I've kind of jumped on the CM Punk bandwagon where I am excited to see him on TV. I'm a little sick of the same spiel they've been doing. You know, he comes out, he does the whole crowd. You know, he literally gets on the mic and says, "Are y'all sick of me yet?" And I think eventually they're going to get sick of him. But right now, I'm excited for CM Punk in AEW, Bryan Danielson in AEW. And I love how they have made the statement, and CM Punk made the statement that he left wrestling, professional wrestling, in, was it 2000, whatever. And he just now came back to professional wrestling. WWE is not professional wrestling, never has been. Not since Vince McMahon took it over from his father. It's always been sports entertainment. It's not a way of not bashing WWE, but it's a way of not rocking the boat either. And then last, you have Red Velvet. I am not a fan of Red Velvet, but she's doing enough to keep you, her and Jade Cargill. I don't think that rivalry's anywhere near over. Your current score, 3,750. All right, let's moving on. Sorry about that. Need a drink. In fifth place, the Big Moose. MSK. I loved the Rascals. I love MSK. To be honest, right now in the indie scene, I love Trey Miguel and Myron Reed doing the Little Rascals. And just anything Rascals, MSK, even Injustice with Myron Reed and Jordan Oliver. I love all those guys. Can't say enough good things. MSK, obviously, they're not doing anything since they lost the titles. They're doing a vignette here and there weekly. So they're still getting you 10 points a week, but they haven't had a match in a while now. AJ Styles. He kind of took a back seat recently, but he's been back on TV a lot. Him and Omos. Really, I thought Omos was going to eliminate everybody out of the Battle Royal at Survivor Series and then step out and let AJ have the win. I was so happy with the way that they spun it to where AJ got eliminated by Commander Aziz instead. Even though they kept on that thing saying Omos got that elimination. They did not want to... they wanted the dissension there, but they didn't get it. Roman Reigns, obvious. Johnny Gargano. When I dropped him, he wasn't doing much. He still doesn't do a whole lot, but he does enough to get by. Kingston. That match with CM Punk was amazing. That backhand he hit at the beginning of the match. Just did not see that coming. I loved it. Moose. Impact World Champion. That's all you gotta say. Bandito. Ring of Honor World Champion. I don't know what he's going to do after Ring of Honor Final Battle. I don't. Los Lotharios. I am so happy they put these two guys together. Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo. I think Humberto should have been with Angel instead of Austin Theory last year when Andrade, Zelina Vega, and Angel Garza were doing their whole thing. They brought up Angel or Austin Theory because Andrade couldn't be in the match. I think that should have been Humberto from the beginning. I love Humberto and Angel Garza together. Rich Holland. I think now that Sheamus is back on SmackDown and he's doing his whole thing, maybe they'll do something with him. Maybe they'll get some points out of Rich Holland. Jericho. It's Chris Jericho. wrestle, take a little time off, wrestle, take a little time off. He's at least going to get you points for being on the show, commentary, promos, you know. Just don't know what he's going to be doing week to week. Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. I just don't think WWE knows how to use her right. You know, they did it when she first moved up and she did the Elimination Chamber. She ran the chamber, took out everybody, but then she failed to win the title from Becky. I think that moment when she didn't win the title from Becky was the worst thing they could have done to Shayna Baszler. And I don't think, even with her and Nia Jax being as dominant as they were with the women's tag team titles, I don't think Shayna Baszler was ever treated the way she should have been as the dominant factor. I think they just leaned into Nia as being the dominant one of that team. I'm hoping Shayna can do something on SmackDown now that she's moved over there that she couldn't do on Raw. Of course, you got Adam Shearer, Braun Strowman on your bench. Hopefully he shows up somewhere soon. I really thought he was going to show up at Bound for Glory for Impact. Thought he was going to show up at Full Gear for... Yeah, he's been rumored to show up everywhere. Personally, I could care less if he ever shows back up. I was not a big Braun Strowman guy. You know, but hopefully he shows up for you somewhere. 3,670 points. That's where you currently stand. So we all have a ways to go before we catch Annie. Just plain and simple. 6th place, you've got Josh. All right, Josh has Imperium, the current NXT Tag Team Champions. Imperium has hot streaks and they have losing streaks. Then they have streaks where they're not around. So right now, their champions, I guess, are going to be on a hot streak till somebody, MSK, takes those titles away again. Randy Orton. He's fucking Randy Orton. Rick Boogs. I like Rick Boogs. I like the whole guitar thing. I love the Shinsuke Nakamura. I can't say nothing bad. Rick Boogs is friggin' awesome. Zion Quinn. I think he's going to do a lot in NXT 2.0. I like where they're going with him. Adam Cole, baby. Nothing else to say there. Chelsea Green. Yeah, she's one that confuses me. I thought when she came out of WWE and started doing the Ring of Honor, the NWA, she won the NWA Women's Cup at their Empower. I thought she was going to be not doing a lot more because she does a lot, but I thought she'd be getting a lot more wins than she has been. You know, Jordynne Grace, obviously, digital media champion. I love that. I love Jordynne Grace. You know, her match with Chelsea at Turning Point was awesome. But I just thought Chelsea would be getting a lot more wins than she's been getting on the... It's not really the indie scene since it's NWA, Impact, and Ring of Honor. Well, has she even wrestled in Ring of Honor? I think she's wrestled once or twice. But obviously, I just thought she'd be picking up more wins. And, you know, even having a title other than that trophy to her name by now. But maybe after Mickey and Deanna are done, she could step up to Deanna. I know they are best friends, and best friends fighting over a title obviously makes for a great story. Look at this past Sunday's Charlotte, Becky Lynch, what they've been doing for a month now. That kind of story, just, you can't buy that kind of story. Trevor Murdoch, NWA champion, defends against Mike Knox at Hard to Kill 2. You know, that's good enough. John Wayne Murdoch. You wouldn't think that name's going to get you a lot of points, but man, that man has racked up some points. 810 points. Those are all from John Wayne Murdoch. John Wayne Murdoch, this past weekend, right here in Chattanooga downtown, I wish I could have gone. I would have loved to have seen the ICW deathmatch pit shows. You know, PCO was here. I would have loved to have seen him. He fought Calvin Tankman. That would have been... I haven't watched it back yet, but I'm betting that was just a hard-hitting match. But John Wayne Murdoch, he's the Duke. He ain't losing that title. You know, he's got that title, that deathmatch title. You know, I think he got Josh 110 points just this weekend. And I haven't watched the IWA Mid-South event to see if he defended the title there, but I think I saw somebody take a picture with him. So he might have more points coming. Allen 5 Angels. The Dark Order's all over dark. It's specifically named for the Dark Order, I think. Colt Cabana, same thing. Those guys are all over AEW Dark, AEW Elevation. Even on the main show, they're all over the place. So they're getting you appearance points is like crazy. But they win a lot of matches on Darks. Willow Nightingale. She's done a lot more than I expected her to do. On the Indies, she's winning all the time. On Ring of Honor, she's winning all the time. She's a good one to have. 3660 points. Samoa Joe on your bench. Now let me ask you, how the heck did Samoa Joe not get fired? How has he avoided the firing spree that has happened? You know, he got fired earlier in the year, last year, whatever it was, with Drake Maverick. Drake Maverick came back. Joe came back. Drake getting fired again. How did Joe not go back down that rabbit hole too? I don't know. All right, next up, number 7, Darren Bird. At one point, Darren was number 1 here, and then falling slowly. He really is. I don't know why, but he is falling slowly. First off, what he needs to do, and we'll get to this on the second one. Good brothers. There's your points. There's your bread and butter. Don't touch that. Edge. There's your problem. You have Edge. Edge hasn't done anything since. I don't know when Edge did something last. Bench him. Drop PCO. Or just drop Edge. Edge, you know, the stuff with Seth Rollins. Drafted to Monday Night Raw. Haven't seen you since, Crown Jewel. When you going to show back up, Edge? All I'm saying. Leah. Yeah, he just picked Aaliyah up this past weekend. I like it. She's doing a little bit on SmackDown. And frankly, SmackDown ain't got nobody to choose from. So you're just dropping bad. You're picking up just as bad. I don't know what to tell you. Really, the way to go to get points is your tag teams, your AEW picks, because AEW is getting points, and your wild cards. Getting some guys who are doing a lot on the indie scene is the best way to get points, really is. Kyle O'Reilly. I love Kyle O'Reilly. I think he's doing great. Him and Von Wagner. The strangest pairing there is, and just saying Von Wagner is a free agent. But they've been winning a lot of matches lately. Cody Rhodes. I can't say nothing about Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes won't say it about himself. Because I can't say nothing good about Cody Rhodes. Eddie Edwards, I love Eddie Edwards. You know, Matt Cross. I don't know what Matt Cross has really been doing, but, you know, he's Definitely one that'll do quite a bit in MLW. I think 2.0, the former Everrise, they have done a lot for you. A lot on Dark, all their stuff with Daniel Garcia, a lot of appearance points, things like that. Becky Lynch, obvious. Chris Adonis has not gotten you hardly anything, to be honest. And I'm really shocked by that. The man holds a title, and he's too busy playing around with Tom Latimer and Nick Aldis, to really even defend his own title. Hopefully at Hard Times 2, he'll defend his title. Because I think Nick Aldis and Tom Latimer are facing off against each other. So, if he does defend his title, hopefully leads to somewhere or they take it off of him, to be honest. Also PCO's starting to do indie shows. Like I said, he was here this past weekend doing the ICW. So I might even drop Chris Adonis and throw PCO on your wild card. Player Davenport, she's great. Bea Priestley, I loved her. I've always liked Bea Priestley. I was excited when she signed with AEW. Didn't really go anywhere because of the shutdown pandemic. And now that she's with the NXT UK, hopefully she is going to win their title soon. 35.95. PCO on your bench. All right, Joseph, you've got the Briscoes, the GCW Tag Team Champions. So I'm assuming once ROH shuts down, I have seen that they've been backstage at AEW. They're obviously working with GCW now. I think they'll be one to keep because they'll be around still. Damian Priest, man, I love that he's about to turn heel. He's about to just go off on everybody. KO. He's KO. He has his good pushes, his bad pushes. Never know where KO is going to wind up. Caden Carter. They don't do enough with Caden and Casey, in my opinion. They put them everywhere, but they kind of just job them out to everybody. John Moxley, I would actually bench him right now, as he is dealing with being in, rehab and stuff for his... Oh! Well, hold on. Alright, guys, had a little issue with the tripod there. But I'm sure y'all are sick of just sitting there staring at computer screen with names on it, really not going anywhere. So I'm going to kind of just go over some with you here. Give you this beautiful face back to look at, like when we were at Joseph. John Moxley, like I said, I'd bench him, put him on the bench, pull him off when he gets back from rehab. After that, you got Trey Miguel, current X Division champion. I think he's going to do a lot with Steve Macklin coming up. So that's a good one to keep. EC3. Other than his few matches in Ring of Honor, I don't know what he's doing other than that. I haven't really seen a whole lot from EC3. He's not really been in Impact. He's not really been anywhere other than a few matches in Ring of Honor. So when Ring of Honor shuts down or whatever they're doing, maybe he'll come out and do more. Will Ospreay. He's doing plenty. New Japan Strong. He's doing indie shows here and there. And I think he finally has his shot at the title at Wrestle Kingdom. So, Jake Hager, he was a good one to have during all this stuff with American Top Team. I don't know where that goes from here. Hager's always one that kind of flies under the radar when they're not doing group matches. So, who knows where he goes from here. Joey Janela. I can't tell you. I saw him on an indie show not that long ago. Other than that, I can't tell you where Joey Janela is. Honestly, he hasn't been on AEW, even Dark, in a while. Sorry, guys. Got to plug in my phone here. There we go. I don't know where he's been. I thought there was going to be a big thing with him and Sonny Kiss. You know, even brought out the girl to help him out. And then he just kind of fell by the wayside. Ty Connie. She's awesome. No argument here from that. You've got 32-55. You have nobody on your bench. Like I said, John Moxley, throw him on the bench. Throw somebody in your AEW spot till Moxley gets back. Yeah. All right, next up in 9th place, John Ford. I'm going to tell you, John, when you started this thing out, you were kind of at the bottom of the barrel. You've fought and clawed and your way up. You're still in the middle of the pack. You got a lot of ways to go to get up there, but I think you can do it, buddy. New Day. I see a lot of great things for the New Day. Eventually, they're going to take those titles off the Usos. Just got to wait and see. Bianca Belair. She ran the table at Survivor Series. I think that was the only right thing they could do for her after the way she lost to Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. I did personally pick the SmackDown women in our head-to-heads. Kicking myself now because I should have saw the whole Soul Survivor coming back 4-on-1 thing. They do it every year. I should have saw it coming. Bianca was the perfect person to do it with. It was kind of a did moment, but Bianca's great to have on your team. Toni Storm. In all honesty, I hope she kicks Charlotte's ass. And hopefully they do something with her with this whole thing. Solo Sikoa. He's going to do plenty. Even if he doesn't do it in NXT, they'll bring him up eventually, put him with the Bloodline. I guess it's only a matter of time at this point. Malachi Black. Good one. Chris Bay. I love Chris Bay. Call me part of the Finesse Club. That's all I'm saying. Hammerstone. MLW wouldn't be MLW without Alexander Hammerstone. If they lose him, I know they lost Tom Lawler, and that was a big one for them. If they lose Hammerstone, I don't know how they come back from that. William Rotunda. Obviously, I don't know where the hell he's at. Bray Wyatt. William Rotunda. Same thing I was saying about Braun Strowman earlier. Where you at, buddy? Thought you were going to debut at Impact's Bound for Glory. Every other week you're debuting at AEW. Where you at? And were you really as hard to work with as they say you were? Is that why you're not anywhere to be seen? Maybe there was a reason you got fired, buddy. Okada. I don't follow New Japan enough to really talk about Okada. I just don't. Josh Alexander, he was robbed. Robbed of the Impact title. You Moose. I love Josh Alexander. I can't wait for him to get that title back and actually have a good run with it. Mandy Rose. Love what Toxic Attraction's doing. She's the champ. Can't say nothing bad. You got Brock on your bench. His suspension is over. It's about to be time to remove him from the bench. 31.95. So, yeah. You know, you're at 31.95. You got a ways to go to really catch up. I think you could do it with the right moves. Mandy Rose defending your title a few times. Josh Alexander getting his title back. You got the stalemates there. You got William Rotunda. You know, if he does show up, where's he going to show up? I don't see him winning a title right offhand, to be honest. So if he does show up, where is he really going to get you points? That's the question. Okada's always in the title picture. I just don't know enough about New Japan to comment on how much points he's going to get you. Hammerstone champion, Bay champion. Oh no, Bay's not champion, but Bay should be a champion. Malachi Black, he's doing plenty. You've got a great roster with a few stalemates. I think you can come back. I think you can move up 2 or 3, 4 more spots. Just have to wait and see, buddy. 10th place, Steven Alexander Howard. Starting out with Finjuice. I love Finjuice. I love what they're doing in Impact. I did see that Juice's New Japan contract's coming soon. So, what are they going to do after that? What are they going to keep with Impact? Are they going to do... Is he going to resign? I don't know. But that's something to look out for. Queen Zelina, I did see, they won the tag titles last night. Obviously, that's not reflected on here, but she's been doing plenty with the Queen gimmick. And, those points will be reflected tomorrow. Yes, it's already 1 o'clock in the morning. It'll be tomorrow. Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks. She disappears for times on it, months at a time. Comes back. Yeah, who knows what Sasha Banks. Pete Dunne. Didn't they just have a 3-way, or were they going to have a 3-way with him, Gargano, and Carmelo? For maybe that's what it is, for the North American title. So Pete Dunne's going to... I don't think ever since Walter beat Pete Dunne and he's come into the US NXT that they have done Pete Dunne the way they should have done Pete Dunne. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Dark Order number 10, Preston Vance. Dark Order's all over the darks. Willie Mack. He's good. He's not great. Him and Rich Swann get points here and there. Danhausen. Love that Danhausen. Honestly, bench that Danhausen. He's got a broken leg. He ain't coming back anytime soon, buddy. Nick freaking Gage. I mean, it's a wild card spot. Nick Gage is getting points every time GCW has an event. With John Moxley being rehab, there's no title shot anytime soon. Just had to wait and see on that one. Diener. Diener's Violent by Designs all over TV every week. Nick Camarado, The Factory, they're hit or miss. They're there every once in a blue moon. And you got Charlotte Flair. Yep. Pretty good team. Charlotte Flair, You got 31-10. You got nobody on the bench. Bench that Danhausen. I know you're not going to drop that Danhausen. Because if you drop that Danhausen, I'm going to pick up that Danhausen. And I'm going to bench that Danhausen. Just things to think about. Number 11, Scott Archer. FTR. Great. I think they're going to be defending the AAA tag titles against Lucha Brothers at, what do they call it? Triple Mania coming up? Something. One of their events. Yep. FTR's great. I love them as a tag team. I love the old school tag teams. I love the feel of FTR. Apollo Crews. They haven't done enough with Apollo since he moved to Raw, to be honest. I loved him on SmackDown. I loved everything he was doing. Come over to Raw, and he's just kind of stalemating. Sheamus, now that he's back on TV, I think he'll be great. LA Knight. Has he been on TV the last couple weeks? When he's on TV, he's great. I love LA Knight. I love him on the mic. I don't think I've seen him on TV the last couple weeks. He's been fighting with... Who's he been fighting with? Was he arguing with one of the guys who just got fired? Maybe that's why. Was he fighting with Baxter? Or is it Grayson Waller he's arguing with? One of the two. No Halloween Havoc. They had their whole thing. I think it was Waller. Waller didn't get fired, but I think it was Waller. They both dressed as Dracula or some crap. I don't know. Britt Baker, the doctor, is in. Ace Austin, that's my boy. I love Ace Austin. Nick Aldis. Adam Priest. I know you don't know who Adam Priest is. I told you he's New South World Champion. He's been getting you a lot of points defending that title quite a bit. Kazarian, he doesn't do as much as he was as the Elite Hunter. I don't think he's been doing that lately. He did have a pretty good match with Dante Martin recently. And then right after that, you got Dante Martin, who is blowing it up. Can't wait till his brother comes back and they just tear the place up together. I do like the way he's doing right now with Leo Rush. But Leo Rush will retire again in a month. So also a free agent, though. So if you got in a month of a little bit of points, you got Leo Rush. Tenille Dashwood. I haven't seen Tenille Dashwood. And I haven't looked it up or seen anything on her. But she was supposed to be in the 6-way for that digital media title that Jordan Grace won. And Madison Rayne was in the match instead. And I don't know where Tenille Dashwood has been, to be honest. So I would probably... I'd allow you to bench her or drop her until she shows back up on TV. But you've got 3,100 even. So you're only 10 points behind Steven. Number 12, we got Raw. Diamond Mine. Love the Diamond Mine right now. The Creed brothers are doing great. Rhea Ripley. You know they just lost tag titles, but Rhea's going to go on and do plenty by herself. Shotzi. I love this heel Shotzi. I get it. She had to drop the Tank because Tank driving Shotzi's good guy. Shotzi. Fun-loving Shotzi, but I love this Shotzi. Ilya Dragunov. I haven't watched NXT UK in a couple of weeks. I actually need to go back and score those. I need to go back and look at the point starts. I forgot about NXT UK. To be honest with you, I forgot all about UK. I need to go back, look at the last time I scored a UK, and I need to go back and score a couple of UK cards. I think last time I looked, he was fighting A-Kid for the title. I mean, Ilya's the champ. Ilya's great. I don't think he'll have that lengthy run that some of the other ones have had unless they just don't have anybody else who's going to take the title or they just like doing it that way. Andrade El Idolo. He's fine. W. Morrissey. I saw recently that his contract with Impact expired after the past turning point. So I don't know if he's going to resign or if he's just going to work without a contract. I don't know what's going on there. But, you know, maybe this week on TV they'll take him out and write him off. I don't know. But him and Moose were doing quite a bit. I don't see that ending. They didn't do anything to really end his stay there. So they would have to do something big on TV to end his stay. Brody King. Brody King's great. Does a lot outside of Ring of Honor. Especially Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. So that's a good one to keep even after they shut down. Shingo Takagi. I know you've been getting points off of him because he's the champ in New Japan. The IWGP champion? I have no idea who he is, though. Just to be honest, I don't know who he is. But obviously, I've been scoring New Japan. I've been seeing what he's been doing. You know, the tag stuff. They always have the multi-man matches. I just personally don't know who he is. MJF. I love MJF. The man's gold on a mic. But majority of the time, I just wish somebody punched him in the mouth. And then you got Darby Allin, who just recently punched him in the mouth. Lost, but punched him in the mouth. And then you got Ruby Soho, who is just... I love Ruby Soho. I like a lot of this. I love wrestling. You're going to see me all the time say, I love this person, I love that person. I do. I love wrestling. You are at 2,980 points. Then we move on to number 13, Ryan. I know this video is forever long. I warned you guys in the group chat that I was going to make an in-depth video going through everybody's rosters because I haven't made a video in over a month. It's been a hell of a month. We had COVID. My father passed away. I took on a new job. That's actually why you see a different environment here. Behind me, around me, I bought a desk, a computer. I actually got a job working as a customer service rep from home. So I got me this nice desk. New work area, do these videos. And really hit on it. Also, guys, I was going to wait till the end of the video. Don't want to get too lengthy. Most of you might tune out after you've heard your roster. Obviously, don't do that because the end of the video will have the trivia questions. It'll be worth up to 50 points tonight. Being said, I will go over those points as well, where people stand there. 2 steals next season for the winner of the polls and trivia questions. That way. But like I was saying, I know you guys have seen in the group chat, Scott has been sharing the podcast the guys have been doing for Worlds Collide Fantasy Wrestling. Go check that out. I will be the guest on that podcast this next week. Talking about basically what that is we fantasy book our shows. We drafted our rosters. We fantasy book. If you play Modern Mania Wrestling, 80s Mania Wrestling, AEW Elite General Manager, if you missed the General Manager mode from the old SmackDown vs. Raws, check them out. Join them. Darren in our group here is the one who puts that on. It is fun. You write out your match cards. I am the general manager of 3 shows. That's how much I enjoy doing it. It's great. Check that out. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I will hook you up with Darren. We'll get you going on that. All right. Next up, number 13, Ryan Elijah. The Usos. They've got you over 1,000 points just by themselves. No need to worry about them. Alexa Bliss. Where the hell's Alexa Bliss? Bitch Alexa Bliss. I know it's hard to pick up people from Raw, SmackDown. There just isn't enough talent out there or talent worth having out there. Sometimes I'm doing the same thing right now with Natalya. I've let her stay. She does enough, but not enough to really be one of my top people. But Alexa Bliss does nothing at all. So just think about that. Liv Morgan. Loving Liv Morgan. She deserves a run with a title. Even if it's a tag title, she deserves a title. Xia Brookside. I would drop her. Like I said, I've got a couple weeks of UK to catch up on. But right now, she's sitting at 15 points for you. So I would probably look at somebody else in NXT maybe somebody who crosses over between the two. Thunder Rosa. Can't say nothing bad about that. Kimberly. Kimberly, I love Kimberly. She does not do enough. This whole undead bridesmaid thing. Kimberly could come out there and street fight any son of a bitch in that roster and kick their ass. And I don't like intergender wrestling, but I have watched her in the pit. She is badass. LA Park Jr. He really hasn't done anything for you with MLW being back. Los Parks lost the tag titles. I don't see them doing much with LA Park Jr. Chase Owens, New Japan. That is a guy I follow specifically because I have met him here. He's from Tennessee, moved to Texas, I know, but I follow Chase Owens. Like I said, I don't watch New Japan, but during the looking over the results and stuff, I look to see what he's done. I like Chase Owens. He's great. He's gotten a good bit of points because he's always wrestling. He's part of the Bullet Club. You know, he's always teaming up with Fale. Can't go wrong there. Mercedes Martinez. I can see why she didn't beat Mickie James for the title. Because Deanna and Mickie have unfinished business, but she's going to get that title. Matt Hardy. And Hikaru Shida. Nothing wrong with that roster. Put Alexa Bliss on your bench. You got nobody on the bench. Pick you up somebody for Raw. Let me go back. Technically, you have Liv Morgan, so you actually need somebody for SmackDown. I did not make people really drop and trade and do all that stuff when the draft happened. However, if you're going to drop somebody, like if you're going to drop Alexa Bliss, you have Liv Morgan on SmackDown. She has to be moved over. You got to fill your spot. Bench Alexa Bliss, move Liv Morgan to Raw. Pick you up somebody for SmackDown. That is my advice. You are at 2880. Moving on. Christopher Bradley. You are in 14th. You have Uno and Grayson of the Dark Order. Nothing wrong with that. R-Truth. Everybody loves R-Truth, but he doesn't get you many points unless he gets his baby back. Dominic Mysterio. He's doing enough. The Mysterios have their whole thing going on. Kushida, jacket time stuff is just weird to me. I'm not a big fan of it. Big Brian Cage. He's great talent, but they're not using him. And I think with his wife coming out throwing her hissy fit about how they were using him or not using him, has really shot him in the foot too. I don't see him being with AEW past his contract. Just have to wait and see. Havoc. I love Havoc. I love Decay. Great stuff. King Mortez. For MLW, he's spot on to have. Masha Slamovich. I am a huge Masha Slamovich fan. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you didn't watch Borscht at the Beach, where she fought, I'm trying to think of who she fought. I can't remember who she wrestled. But they went all the way down into the beach and wrestled, and she tried to get her to drink the borscht, and it was hilarious. It was awesome. And now that she signed to Impact, I can't wait to see what she does in Impact Wrestling. Jordan Grace, your digital media champion. Jordan Grace is, like, up here for me. Jordan's awesome. Steve Macklin, same thing. Macklin and Trey Miguel will be fighting over that X Division title. Rachel Ellering. She's not been doing much other than really escorting Jordan to the ring, but she's alright. 27.75 is where you sit. Mark Heath. You are in 15th place. And I know you work on your roster just as much as the rest of us do. I am shocked at how far down you are. I know you had Los Parks for a while. They didn't do much for you. You've just had some bad luck. But you've got the Acclaimed now, and I like the Acclaimed. I know before that you had... I'm trying to think of who you had. Hit Row. Hit Row was doing great. I don't know what the hell WWE did with Hit Row, or they dropped the ball on Hit Row. Let's just say that. But the Acclaimed, you gotta get rid of Hit Row. The Acclaimed's a good one to pick up. Rey Mysterio, they're doing great with the Mysterios. Drew McIntyre, no-brainer. Odyssey Jones, he's doing great in NXT. Another no-brainer. Nyla Rose, no-brainer. Brian Myers, I don't know if his injury was real or what the hell he had to pull out of Turning Point for, to be honest. But he wasn't at Turning Point. VSK wrestled in his place. But I like Brian Myers. Obviously, if you go and watch my unboxing videos, I love the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. So Myers, Cardona, Heath Slater, Swoggle, Smart Mark Sterling. I love all those guys. All those guys are involved. All those guys. Obviously, it's just the three that do the podcast. Chelsea Green does her run-ins. Slater's done his cameos on there. Swoggles. It's all great. All good. Jonathan Gresham. I love Jonathan Gresham. He's going to be in Alabama soon. In New South. I know I went and seen Danhausen there a couple months ago. And next month they're going to have an event where Jonathan Gresham and Lance Archer are going to be there. I don't know if I'm going to make it to that, but I sure want to. All right. LAX 5150 and MLW. They took the titles from Los Sparks, and what they're doing, LAX, I love it. I've always been a fan of LAX. Every incarnation of LAX that Codan's been involved with has been great. Dakota Kai, good stuff. Tom Lawler, I know he does a lot right now for AIW. I think they finally wrote him off of MLW. So might want to be something that you're looking at, waiting to see what he's going to do next. And Jade Cargill, when she wrestles, she hasn't lost the match yet, I don't believe so. 2755, good stuff. 16th place, Ali, Gun Club. Colton and Austin Gunn. Nothing wrong there. Finn Balor, definitely not wrong there. Cesaro. Finn Balor, Cesaro, great to have on there. Not getting you many points because WWE just keeps dropping the ball with those guys. Amir Jordan has you 0 points because I believe Amir Jordan lost a loser leaves town match forever ago. Drop Amir Jordan. Christian Cage, Matt Cardona, Josh Woods, Jake St. Patrick has gotten you nothing. I'd drop him as well. Pick up a new wild card. Mustafa Ali, great stuff. Sean Spears, great stuff. Sonya Deville. Honestly, Sonya Deville has gotten you 230 points just off of appearance points. Usually I'd say drop Sonya Deville. She ain't wrestled a match in God knows how long, but she's gotten you 230 points just off her appearances this year. You're sitting at 2450. All right. And 17th place, Cassandra. I know you're not going to watch this. I'm going to pass it. 18th place, Rob. You got Butcher and the Blade. Butcher just got hurt. Dropped them. Picking up a new tag team. Seth friggin' Rollins. Can't say nothing wrong. You just picked up Sami Zayn. It was actually a really good pickup. Cameron Grimes, really good to have. Pac, you just picked up, really good one. Rich Swann. James Storm. Laredo Kid, Braun Breaker, Carmella, Casey Catanzaro. Nothing wrong with your roster. Just need to get rid of Butcher and the Blade. 19th and last place, Blanky Cool. I know you're not going to watch this. I'm not going to go through it. That is our rosters, guys. This week's trivia question. The Undertaker. WrestleMania. Who were the first 10 victims? 5 points for each victim. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. See you soon. Check out that podcast. I'll be on it this week coming up. If you got any questions about that game, let me know. I'll hook you up with Darren. We'll get you wherever we can get you in there. Season 3 is just about to begin. We've already drafted rosters. He's got plenty of free agents to draft from. Like I said, I'll hook you up with him. He'll fit you in there, I'm sure. All right, guys. You have a good one. Night.